Hello and welcome to the 14th episode of the Oracle of Seasons and 80% Speedrun tutorial. After Dungeon 7, it's time to explore the remains of what was once the Temple of Seasons to find our way back to Dungeon 8. So first off, you want to equip your seed. And gill seed over to the Sensi tree. You can do an equip here. Grab your cape so you can jump over all these enemies that are gonna be in your way, especially these P-hats. Luckily for me, they are not in my way. And move up to this area. Over here you can use a seed. I used a few in practice during Dungeon 7, so I don't have enough left over, but you should have enough left over, and if not, in the stair maze you can avoid using a few. Once you get over here, you will notice that you don't have enough seeds, so you can grab these two bushes to contain some packets of seeds and move along. Make sure you do your equips with a shovel actually, but I forgot. You can dig these up. There's also a nice little frame saver if you want. Involving digging these up, you can actually slash your sword in order to stop digging a little bit sooner, but it's pretty tricky, so you want to get the timing down. This is always a kill seed. Really useful, especially since you have to kill seed 2 times afterwards and use a few in Dungeon 8, so don't be afraid to run out. So this is the first trick jump. Oh wow, dude, that guy. The first trick jump of this part of the game. You want to get over this without having to change the season back to fall, so the leaves covered the pit. So once you get over here, you use your seed and try to get over there with a zigzag jump. I don't know if I can do it backwards. Yep, I can. So you want to make sure again that you hold a diagonal before you jump, because otherwise you will just run into the rock and you will lose a lot of speed, and you need that speed. As you can see, I keep holding up and just keep alternating my directionals. So once you did that, you can move on over to this side and go into this warp portal and equip your bombs, because you need your bombs in order to start this cutscene. So you have this lava pit, all you want to do is throw a bomb in there and then everything starts exploding. I'm actually really gonna fast forward through this because it's just a long cutscene. Make sure you don't accidentally use a seed here and switch back to the cape. And go back. A few nice jumps here. You can just do single jumps in order to make those little jumps. Make sure you jump over all the stairs and switch here to the Wrath of Seasons and make it summer. So you can actually access this part. Again, switch back to the cave. You can do a nice jump here if you are not stuck on the vines, that is. And jump over here. Either do a small jump here or you can do a big jump straight into this cave. So this cave is pretty interesting. There's a magnet block there, but we don't need it. You can just make this jump with the cave and move around. Whoa, wow, that's the easy jump actually that I messed up. Like that. Here you have another nice little trick jump, especially this one is pretty easy. You can land on this tile, or if you are more experienced, I guess you can land on these 2 tiles. And you can also do the same thing. Let me actually make a save state. You can actually do the same thing over here, but this jump is way tighter because you have to actually move a little bit more. So it's advised to not take that if you are really bad at it. It requires a lot of practice in order to get used to it. So if you don't want to do that jump, you can go to this block, push it up, and this block, push it right, in order to make it to the stairs. You don't want to use a seed here because you have to go straight back down and use a seed here to make that nice jump. And avoid. You can use a seed here, I'm not gonna because I used a few already. Here you have nice fairies, so if you took a little bit of damage on the way here, not that bad, there are fairies. So, make sure you jump over these stairs again, no need to use a seed. And then you made it to Dungeon 8. Sword and Shield Maze, which is a nice dungeon, really long, so make sure to check out the other parts in order to figure out how to get through this. So that's the end of this episode. Thank you all for watching.